this week is bring you the membership group on my main open Facebook page, because membership group itself it's a closed private group, and secret group, so you wouldn't be able to find it unless you were looking for it. But I thought I might bring the themes to you for the next 7 days, given that we are still in lockdown. So we have 7 themes that run throughout the month, and I'm going to bring them to you in the space of a week. So we kick off the month with Motivation Monday, which does kind of what it says on the tin, something to get you motivated and inspired. And that's not what I wanted to call it. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. We have Tarot Tuesday, which is where I do the individual tarot card readings for anyone who would like one. We've got Wisdom Wednesday, and that's a curated essay piece. And I've got 2 in mind that I think I'm going to share with you this week. I haven't quite decided yet because there are lots of them. I've been writing them for the last, coming up to 4 years, 3.5 years now. But there are 2 I think I'm going to choose, but I'm going to go back and just double check on that. We've got Think Tank Thursday, which is a coaching and consultancy style piece where I do it via Facebook Live. People can ask anything they want, and I will come up with some ideas and thoughts and solutions for them. We have Focus Friday, which closes out the month. So we do some reflection, looking back. We're also looking forwards in terms of what's coming up for the month ahead. We have Sharing Saturday, and that is a combination of things. So so when I found the 3-minute healing process, for example, I shared it with the membership group, where I found the 5-minute fitness thing that I've been using during lockdown. I shared that a year or so ago with the membership group. So if there's cool new stuff that I find, I'll share it with the group. And also sometimes that will be a combination of teleseminars, webinars, live events, meditations, etc. We've got Soul Food Sunday, which is then something to touch the soul. And oftentimes there'll be things that I see when I'm out and about in terms of the virtual world that I absolutely love. So I share those with my group. Let me just turn that down because I can see all those messages coming in. So that's kind of the way it rolls, if you kind of want to put it that way. We're going to start with Motivation Monday. And I thought we might go right back to the beginning. So the very beginning, this is something I created in October 2016. So you can see it changed a bit. And you can see also I didn't quite know what I was going to do on the Sunday. But that's one of my first posts when I was formulating the ideas for the membership group. And that's and I was again debating, do we do motivation, do we do mindset? I actually wanted to use the word inspiration, but and I let the group vote, and they said, we prefer Motivation Monday. So that's how it ended up. But that's where it kind of started. And what I thought I would do, I just went right back to the beginning of the list, and I picked the very first Motivation Monday post. So this was from October 2016. And what it says, so I always create just a little a thumbnail picture so that the group can at a glance see what the exercise is and what the focus is. And then I write something underneath that as well. So the thumbnail, for those of you who might be on a tiny device, it says, what inspires you to move? So that's the headline. 1 second. So that's the headline. What I'm going to do, I printed out what I'd written for the post on the 31st of October 2016. So this is what it says. It says, I've been meditating on what it should be for today, and oh, the irony, given what I've now come up with. The question that occurred to me is, what inspires you to move? And when I say move, this could be to move your physical body, to take action on something, or to move your mind. About an hour ago, I signed up for Oh my God, I remember this. Geez, sorry, I didn't read it, but I just printed it out. Oh my God, I remember this day. About an hour ago, I signed up for acting classes. The first class is tonight, ! I hated drama at school with a capital H. However, the idea of taking acting classes to push my boundaries and explore different aspects of myself has been floating around in my mind for the last couple of years. Today, I felt motivated to take action. 3 years ago, when I first thought about it, I opted for pole dancing instead because my physical body was in need of more movement. Geez, I remember that too. This year, I opted for ballet. However, as one set of ballet classes comes to a close this Friday, my brain reminded me that we have room for further expansion. Some of you might have seen my Facebook post called #MyOtherBrain, because seriously, I was like, woohoo, extra time. And my other brain was like, didn't you say you always wanted to do this? I was like, oh, really? So that's how it started. As I analysed what moved and motivated me into action, it started with a thought. It was then followed by the feeling that despite my dislike of drama and acting, it was a good idea and it would be a fun, expansive thing to do. Oh, Lordy, wasn't it just? On this occasion, I consciously shut out the mental chatter because it was not the least bit in favour of such activities. However, I recognise that to be procrastinate, I recognise that to be in procrastinate, that was, sorry, I recognise that to be procrastination rather than genuine reasons for concern. So, what inspires and motivates you into self-driven action? If you don't immediately know the answer, take some time to think back and recall 2 or 3 times where you got up and did something, possibly something extraordinary, and run yourself through the sequence of events that led to that decision. Marilyn Devonish, Love Heart. So that was the piece that I wrote to support this particular post. And a couple of things I would say I would pick out with this. I've said what inspires and motivates you into self-driven action. Actually, let me see if I can pull this up elegantly. Let me do that. That's the one. So that's the question there that I would say is the kind of key thing to look at. And one of the reasons why I was resistant to calling this piece Motivation Monday, because motivation often is like the rah-rah, cheerleader stuff. So you have someone outside of yourself kind of pushing, cajoling, geeing up. There's nothing wrong with that. That is really valuable stuff. And that's one of the reasons I created the membership group, so we have a sense of mutual support. However, if that's the only thing that gets you into action, and then that thing, for whatever reason, goes away, that's where people are then kind of left in procrastination mode. They're stuck, they're unable to move. And so when I was choosing the name, I wanted it more to be about inspiration, because for me, inspiration is that thing where you are inspired from the inside out. So you're not doing it just because you've been pushed into it. You're doing it because you feel inspired, you feel driven, you feel moved to do that particular thing. So that was the debate that we had back in October 2016 about, do I call this Motivation Monday? But I will admit, Motivation Monday does roll more off the tongue than some of the other things that I wanted to call it for those reasons. But that was the first piece, I would say, just to have a little bit of a think about. And there was a second one. Where are we for time? Okay, have I got that? I'd have to read quick, wouldn't I? It's not that long. But there was a second one that when I was looking at it, it was the second. It was second on the list, but it isn't in date order, because when I said the files, it saves the files according to what I've called them. But this one was from January 2018. So, right, we're good with that. So it was January 2018 was this particular piece. And with regards to that one, let me see if I can pull that one up, because again, this one just felt very relevant for the time that we're in. And because I don't know if I'm going to do this as a weekly thing, I don't think I am. I just thought I'd get a couple in. So this one is called Clear the Decks. And it was written on the in January 8th of January 2018. So I've said, Happy New Year to you all as the second week of 2018 gets underway. If it's anything like the speed of 2017, I will soon be wishing you all a Merry Christmas. So number one, how are you starting your new year? ? For me, it's about clearing the decks. That involved letting go of all 20 or so of my live events, So letting go of all 20 or so of my live events and letting them fall off the end of Eventbrite as of the 31st of December, as I now decide which to reinstate and put time and energy and money into this year. And the reason when I glanced at this one, it felt really relevant, because even if you weren't planning to do that, the coronavirus, the pandemic, the lockdown, that if you're someone who does physical events, this year has taken that off the table for you anyway. I made a conscious decision to do it 2 years ago and thought, right, I'm not just going to keep doing what I've always done. I'm going to see what there's a call for. I'm going to see what there's a need for. I'm going to see what's relevant, rather than going, well, I did that last year, so I'll do it again this year. But it's like we've been plunged into this position now, whether you wanted to or not. So it said it also involves taking the rest of January off once I've done the client sessions that I have scheduled in for this week. And it's exactly what I did this year, although I took January and 2.5, 3 weeks of February off. I've also got an obscene number of emails in my inbox. So whenever I can't think of what to do next, I'll do some deleting until the next task or idea re-emerges. The questions I basically asked myself were, and this is where I was thinking, if you're in a position going, oh, gee, what do I do now? These might kind of maybe give you a bit of food for thought, which is what everything we're doing in the membership group is also about, because it's not about telling people what to do. It's about providing thoughts, ideas, inspiration. So question one, or as I put it, A, what am I wasting time or money on? And again, I looked at that and I thought majority of people are in that situation now, where there's a reevaluation going on, where you're kind of really looking at your life, how you spend your time, what you do. And again, it's not because you've kind of thought, oh, I'll be in deep meditation about it. It's because you're at home, you're in lockdown, and these are the kind of thoughts that people are having. So that was A. B, what adds value in terms of focusing on it this year? And so with that one, I was sitting and thinking of, okay, of all the 20 events I'm just going to let fall off the end of Eventbrite, which one? And I know I can't do it in terms of what adds value to people's lives, because the feedback I get from people on my events is consistent. It's excellent, it's amazing, it's mind-blowing, it's fantastic. So I can't base it on just that. So there are other factors that I for this one, I was needing to sit down and look at in terms of the adding value. And you will have your own criteria, measures, KPIs, etc. for that. And C, who does it add value to, and do I still want to do it? And those of you who followed me for a while, you will know that there are times I will release a program, a workshop, or an event. I will get incredible feedback having run it, and you will never see it again. Not because it wasn't incredible and amazing and excellent and fantastic, but because I'm like, oh, I've done it now. I don't need to do that again. I'm good. So it was really looking at all of the 20 events and going, okay, which of those have I, because I sometimes just want to get something out of my system. I go, oh my God, I've got this idea. I think it will really help people. I think this will be amazing. And then I do it and I'm like, oh yeah, did it. And then I don't need to run it again. And of course, some of you will know that for the last few years, I've been putting things online as well. So running video webinar workshops, I run them live, I film them, and then they can run themselves. So if I never run that workshop again, it's not that you now have to miss out on the information. You do for the ones I ran, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But now it means that you could go back and you can catch the live version. So there's that. So I close off by saying, so as we start the new year, where are you at? Is it business and life as usual? Some people are thinking, I wish. Or could you benefit from doing a stock take and possibly a bit of deck clearing? And I also think that accountability is key. Otherwise, it is so easy to drift. So my suggestion for this year would be that you also make use of this group to state what you are doing, so that just when you least expect it, one of your fellow membership group members might pop up and ask how it's going. Marilyn Devonish. And the reason I included this one as well is because this is a situation that is perfect for this. Once you've had a chance to rest and recharge and reset, many people will then start to move into that re-evaluation stage. So I thought these questions, this approach, these things to think about might be useful with that. So I was doing this voluntarily 2 years ago. The universe now has put many people into that same position where it might be useful to do these things. So that's that. Oh, hi, Sammy J. How are you? Sammy J says, hello, beautiful. So hello to you too. Thank you for joining me. And so that's the Motivation Monday piece. And we do this every single month. So there are a ton of these. And they're always the same. I'll create a thumbnail and then I'll write some coaching questions around that. Just wanted to give you a heads up on something else that is going to be happening. And tomorrow, because we're doing the membership group in a week here on my open page for a change, we're going to be doing Tarot Tuesday. And I think this probably sums up what people say a lot about Tarot Tuesday. So this is from one of the membership group members when they came and listened to the video, because I do it via Facebook Live. I'm often talking to myself, and then people will come later and they'll catch the replay recording. So they said, oh my God, this is so spot on. Good job, I'm lying down. And I think I've got the longer version of that. Hold on, here it is. So that's that. Hi, Marilyn. I've just listened to the recording and oh my God, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. What can I say? But you were 1,000,000% spot on with my reading and I'm blown away with it all. So that's the feedback I get on a regular basis from Tarot Tuesday when people come and watch the videos. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to run a version of Tarot Tuesday. And again, for those of you who might want to have a little sneak peek, what I'll do is I'll put the link to this blog in the comments of this video. And if this happens to go on YouTube, then I'll put it in the description. But what I did, because I got this over and over, every single month. Oh my God, spot on, amazing, fantastic. You said this is what happened. Oh my God, oh my God. And so I decided actually to go back and I listened to some of the recordings and I looked at what people had written in the thread. And then I did an exact word for word transcript of what I actually said on the video. And then I did a cut and paste with people's permission of what they said in the feedback. And I put them all in a blog because it was absolutely mind-blowing. So I'll put the link to the blog there. And I've also put a picture of the cards that I pulled as well. So if you want to, you can go and have a look-see at that. And it's the Tarot Tuesday is something that, oh, actually, I wonder if this will work. Let me just do that. Oh, yeah. So normally it's the first Tuesday of the month, of course. I'm not going to be doing it in that sequence because we're just going to compress this into a week. But if you do want to join us, and this will be tomorrow at some time, I've got no idea what time. It really depends. I've got a coaching and therapy client out in Australia first thing in the morning. I think I'm speaking for a friend. I believe I'm speaking for a friend, Linda Thompson, for her Pain is a Power group sometime in the evening. I think that's either 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. Hopefully it's 7. And somewhere in between all of that, I will do a few. I'm not going to do as many as I do in the membership group because I can do 15, 20 readings in the membership group. And I'll either do that as one long run if people are like, no, carry on, continue, or I might do it as 2 videos. So I'm definitely not doing that many, but I'll pick a few people that I do a reading for. So if you would like a reading, go to my Facebook page if you're watching this in real time. Scroll down, it's probably the second or third thing on the list. You're going to see the video that you can see there, and just put a note in the thread saying, yes, you would like a reading, and then I'll choose from the people who have responded to that post. So that's something that we'll be doing tomorrow in terms of Tarot Tuesday. So yeah, just thought it will be, I just woke up this morning, so like, okay, what's my intention? What's my focus for this week? And that was the idea that came to mind in terms of, oh, how about doing the membership group in a week? So that's what we're going to do. And I'll put a link in if you wanted to check out the group. You can hear from some of my fabulous members in terms of what they've said about it and their experience of being part of the group. And if you wanted any information about it, it's www.marilynsmembershipgroup.com. membershipgroup.eventbrite.com. And Marilyn is Marilyn. This time we've got an S on the end. So Marilyn's membershipgroup.eventbrite.com if you wanted further information. And, you know, we're doing this every month in the background. So it's spaced out over the space of a month rather than doing it all in a week. But I just thought it might be a fun thing to do. And if you're watching this outside of that, I'd say the best way to keep tabs on the bigger things that are coming up is sign up for my e-newsletter list. You'll find the sign up box on my website, left-hand corner. Website is www.transformationstm.com. Trance is TRANCE, F for Freddie, so FORMATIONS, TM as in trademark, so transformationstm.com. Sign up for the e-newsletter. You'll always know what's going on. There's also a red watch new button at the top of the website. And if you press that, a window will come out and you can see the latest things that are going on as well. And if you've got any questions, if you've got any queries, drop me an email. It's marilyn@transformationstm.com. And on social media, if you happen to be watching this, let's say on YouTube, then it's /Marilyn Devonish. And Devonish is DEV for Victor, ONISH. So thank you so much for watching. And if you know someone who might benefit from one or all of those themes, feel free to share this video with them. The more the merrier this week. I just thought it might be useful with some of the things we're doing behind the scenes. Might be a benefit to people now, given what's going on with the global pandemic. So enjoy Membership Week, and I will see you all tomorrow for Tarot Tuesday. Catch you later.